Hey there. Today, we're diving into something a bit different. Ever feel like you're living in a bubble? Like the world outside your window is just a poorly rendered green screen, and you're the star of a very dull show? Well, buckle up, because we're about to take a hard left turn into the land of introspection. That's right, folks. We're going to find out if you're hopelessly disconnected from reality. Don't worry, it happens to the best of us. Well, maybe not the best, but certainly those of us who've spent a suspicious amount of time on the internet. Let's find out if you're more in touch with your phone than the real world with these 5 telltale signs. First up, let's talk about your phone, that pocket-sized portal to endless distraction. You know, the one you're probably fiddling with right now. Go on, admit it. I won't judge. Much. When was the last time you went an hour without glancing at those icons? Can't remember, can you? We're all slaves to these things. But there's a difference between checking for important messages and letting your phone become an extension of your hand. If you flinch at phantom vibrations or sweat when you forget your phone, you might have a problem. You've fallen into the digital abyss and forgotten human interaction. Don't worry, we've all been there. Remember that time I tried to order a pint using Twitter? Dark days. The real world is happening out there beyond the screen. It's messy, unpredictable, and doesn't come with a like button, but it's full of genuine connection and experiences no scrolling can replicate. So, put the phone down for a bit, eh? You might actually enjoy yourself. Right. On to our next point, face-to-face interaction. Remember that? When you used to actually speak to other human beings in person, using your actual voice? No, not through emojis and badly spelled text messages. I'm talking about real, proper conversations. The kind where you can see the whites of their eyes and everything. Now, I understand. Talking to people can be a bit, well, tiresome. They interrupt. They have opinions. Sometimes they even want you to pay attention to what they're saying. It's all terribly inconvenient. Much easier to fire off a quick text or hide behind a carefully curated online persona, isn't it? But here's the thing. Real-life interaction, as messy and unpredictable as it can be, is essential for our well-being. It's how we connect with others, build relationships, and develop empathy. You know, all those things that make us human, and not just fleshy robots glued to our devices. So next time you're tempted to send a text, why not pick up the phone and have a proper chat instead? Or even better, meet up in person. I know, radical concept. But trust me, your social skills and your sanity will thank you for it. Now let's talk about nature, shall we? And by nature, I don't mean that wilted cactus you've been meaning to water for the past 6 months. I'm talking about the great outdoors. Trees, grass, fresh air, the whole shebang. Remember that? When was the last time you felt the sun on your face, breathed in the crisp morning air, or listened to the birds chirping without the aid of a nature documentary? If you have to think about it for more than 5 seconds, you might be in trouble. Look, I get it. Nature can be a bit, well, natural. There are bugs and dirt and unpredictable weather conditions. It's much more comfortable to experience the outdoors from the safety of your sofa preferably with a cup of tea and a biscuit in hand. But here's the thing. Depriving yourself of nature is like depriving yourself of oxygen. It's essential for our physical and mental well-being. So, do yourself a favor and get outside for a bit. Go for a walk in the park. Sit under a tree. Listen to the waves crashing on the shore. You might be surprised at how rejuvenating it can be. Just watch out for the seagulls. They'll have your lunch. Let's talk about busyness, shall we? That modern-day affliction that has us all running around like headless chickens, convinced that we're constantly on the verge of achieving something momentous, when in reality, we're just chasing our own tails. Sound familiar? If you're the type of person who measures their self-worth by the length of their to-do list, you might be caught in the busy trap. You see, in today's hyper-connected world, being busy has become a badge of honor. We wear our exhaustion like a trophy, bragging about our jam-packed schedules and sleepless nights. But here's the thing. Being busy is not the same as being productive. In fact, all that frantic activity can actually be a sign that you're out of touch with what truly matters. It's like driving a car with the accelerator jammed to the floor, but the steering wheel disconnected. You're moving, sure, but with no sense of direction or purpose. So, how do you escape the busy trap? Start by questioning your priorities. What truly matters to you? What brings you joy? What legacy do you want to leave behind? Once you have a clear understanding of your values, you can start making conscious choices about how you spend your time and energy. Remember, it's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters. And finally, let's talk about stuff. We're bombarded with material possessions, told they'll bring happiness. Gadgets, clothes, cars. We work hard to get them, but the satisfaction is fleeting. True happiness comes from experiences, relationships, and purpose. Next time you're tempted to buy, ask yourself, will this bring joy or fill a void? Invest in meaningful experiences instead. Trust me, memories are more valuable than possessions. So, how did you do? If you found yourself nodding along to all of that, don't worry. Recognizing these signs is the first step to reconnecting with reality. It's easy to get caught up in the digital world, the rat race, the endless pursuit of stuff. But remember, true fulfillment comes from connecting with the world around us, with other people, and with ourselves. So, put down your phone, step outside, have a proper conversation, and remember that life is too short to be lived in a bubble. Until next time, stay grounded.